Most people think that when you're found not guilty of a charge, that charge automatically gets removed off of your record. But in reality, that's not the case. The charge remains on your record as if you were found guilty, and the only way to get rid of those records is through an expungement.
I could actually close my eyes and tell you the day that I came home, State Penitentiary, March 1997. I can remember what they gave me. A brown bag with 2 cheese sandwiches, a juice, a ticket to get on the train. I arrived in Philadelphia at a clothespin, and I'm like, what do? I have no home, I have no money, I have no place to go. I had to make a decision that day. Am I going to do something illegal, or am I going to stand and fight? I made the decision to stand and fight.
So we're down here at the courthouse. We are here for Deborah's hearing. She's actually going to take the stand today to give testimony about how her life has changed from then to now, and the judge will make his final determination on her petitions.
How are you feeling today, Deborah?
Not sure yet. Not sure yet.
Okay.
Expecting. Not sure how to do it.
Here before we call. You answered the yes, all right. And God, we thank you because God, you're the judge of all judges, God. And we thank you.
I've applied for hundreds of jobs. Hundreds of jobs that I qualify for. But I haven't received any callbacks of any of them. I've been home 20 years, so my record shouldn't affect me getting jobs. But the best jobs I can get are like dishwasher jobs, housekeeping jobs, jobs where you can't even afford to take care of yourself. It's a mark on you. It's a stain. It follows you no matter where you go. Though the stains have been washed away, I've been marked.
A lot of times employers, they don't look to find out whether or not the person was guilty or innocent. They just see the charge and then assume whatever the facts might or might not have been. Even though the employer may not say that's the reason why they're not being hired, it really is the reason why they're not being hired. This has happened repeatedly in Deborah's life over many years. It even happened while we were in the process of filing her expungement petitions. At the hearing date, we were prepared to have a full hearing with Deborah giving testimony. And as we were waiting for the judge to take the bench, one of the members of the court staff called us over and let us know that every last one of her 15 petitions were granted. I think we were all kind of in shock because we weren't anticipating having things go that smoothly or quickly.
This is how we do it. Jesus is Lord.
How do you feel?
Excited. I'm ready to take off the street.
Tell me what happened in there.
I don't know. All I know is the favor was in the house. The favor of God was there. I didn't even get to see the judge.
Still left with something on her record. So it's not like everything is gone, but everything that shouldn't be there has been removed. That's a story that I want people to hear and know. Don't just celebrate Deborah because you think that she was innocent in her past and so now she deserves to be free in the future. Celebrate Deborah because she did make mistakes in her past. Doesn't mean that she still has to be held captive to that. She wants to do something better in her future.
me. I'm from the New York area. And when I came down in this area and I found out the Lord's Gym was a free gym, then I started coming. And that was back in 2001. Look at that. Come on, push it up. That's right.
I just got out of jail and we was in a halfway house. And one of my friends, he was a Christian guy. And he was telling me, hey, come to the gym, do something positive. I loved it in here, I loved the environment. I converted to Christianity. And I've been doing good ever since.
11 years I was coming to this gym. This is like a second house here, man. There's a lot of love here. A lot of love.
Christian atmosphere, no cursing, no disrespecting each other. We work with each other here.
Nemo's like grandfather to everybody. This is family here.
My name is Aníbal Colón. Everybody around here call me Nemo. I'm the director of the Lord's Gym. You guys come here early. I've been in a wheelchair for 33 years of my life. I've been in a wheelchair since I was 23 years old. I got into weightlifting when I was at the rehab, and I've been doing it ever since. In the community, when you see so much drugs, so much violence, people kind of almost wasting their life away. All those things that happen in this community. To be able to offer people, and kids and adults, to see a place where they can exercise or they see that the people care about their physical body or their health, it's a good thing. They see, oh, wait a minute, if we can do it, I can do it too. The last 25 years, we haven't got any complaints about what we do here. But all of a sudden, we had an inspector come in. I was in the office, and the guy walked in with papers in his hands, and I said, I can help you? And the guy said, well, this is an illegal gym. He didn't even explain anything. He just said, this is an illegal gym, and we're going to shut you guys down. To us, that was a devastating thing because they said, wait a minute, well, we're doing a positive thing here, and we're not hurting the community. It was really hard to hear that word. And now knowing that we needed to have legal representation and so on. Financially, we couldn't afford all that.
They tried to do it themselves, but took it as far as they could. What happened is they fought the citation that they got and lost it, and then they were told that they were continuing to be in violation every day, and they could be fined as much as $1,000 a day that they continued to operate the gym, so they shut it down, and they filed for a zoning appeal for a variance, and that was turned down. If they hadn't found an attorney, the gym would have closed.
I knew about Ayuda Legal Clinic, and I had recommended it to many people in the community before that, but we never thought that we're going to need it, So when it's our chance to use it, was a real blessing for us.
Nemo was my star witness. He testified as to the history of the gym, what they did there. He described that men came in with a history of drug and alcohol problems. Maybe they had been in and out of prison, and that the gym had been a refuge for men, a place that they could go to work out and to meet other Christian men, mentors. And he described it quite passionately. At the end of the hearing, the zoning board votes right there in front of you, and they voted unanimously in favor of our application and that we could continue to operate the gym indefinitely.
I open the gym 4 days a week, and Wednesdays I take the day off. So sometimes I just we put the grill out there, and now in the summertime, like a barbecue or so on. And some of the guys that come in with the barbecue, I invite them to go over to church with me. That's another ministry, huh?
I ran into some personal issues, and the Christian Legal Clinic was there for me. That was a few years ago, and any type of legal matters I've had since, I go to them first, get their opinion, and they direct me to the best of their ability, and I'm really grateful for them. I work 2 jobs now. I'm also a full-time student at Lancaster Bible College at Cutts. I'm also the father of 2 children, 2 small children. Pretty much my days are full. My nights are full, my weekends are full. You'd have to work to live out here. And I'm not really pleased with the amount of money I make, so I had an idea about starting a small business. And hopefully just positioning myself to go from employee to employer one day. And Christian Legal Clinic is there for that. They've introduced me to some lawyers who are helping me lay the foundation for the business. It's an LLC. Basically what we'll be doing is we'll be like a liaison between customers and contractors, just helping qualified contractors find good work and hardworking Americans find good contractors. One of the main things that my business will be running on is contracts, so it's just paramount for what I need. Anybody can go on the internet and just download a contract, but it's not the kind of quality contract that you would actually need should some type of hardship arise. So having qualified people who have proven themselves in the field over years, to have that kind of experience at my disposal is a blessing from God, and I'm really grateful for it.
We have approximately 25 Drinker Biddle lawyers who make up our CLCP team. Our practice revolves around representing companies, mostly very large companies. We have cases that could go on for years and years and years. The idea that you would go in and have some immediate resolution, especially an immediate resolution that isn't just helping one company avoid paying some money, but is actually helping someone in his personal life, then to wrap every single meeting up with an opportunity to pray with this individual, it's powerful.
The 5-year plan was to come up with 5 clinics. At that time we had 2. We exceeded those expectations within 3 years. We have upwards of 100 lawyers now who are volunteering time.
The number of sites has grown. The number of volunteers has skyrocketed. It excites me that Christian Legal Clinics is in growth mode. It excites me that there are communities that have clinics today that didn't a few years ago.
This partnership with CLCP started with a prayer. It was a prayer that God would help me to live out my faith in my job. Not just as someone who's, labeled himself as a Christian or who seems like a Boy Scout, but where the words Jesus Christ are coming out of my mouth, not because I'm forcing them out of my mouth, but because I'm sensitive to the way the Spirit is leading.
Rare in private practice out in the world would I start a consultation with a prayer, just because you just don't know where someone's at spiritually. Volunteering here at the Christian Legal Clinics, this is like an outlet and a release, because so often when you look at your profession, it may not be married to your faith, where this is the epitome of that.
And you know that God's looking down saying, yeah, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, I've given you these abilities, I've given you these talents, God's saying. Now you're using them for my people and you're using them for my kingdom.
Basically, she not only has a test, but she now has a testimony.
That's the best part about it. I can go into the prison and show these women, you can have hope. You can fight. You can stand. You can make it through. But you need to get around people who are godly, who will support you, who will encourage you, who will build you up, who will edify you.
As Christians, we recognize that we've all been found guilty and deserving of the ultimate penalty. But through the sacrifice that Christ made on our behalf, we've been redeemed into a new life, an abundant life. We want to help remove the hindrances that would keep people from experiencing that new life.
If you have someone who's working minimum wage, 40 hours a week, that's $360 a week. Let's say their take home is $280, and if they have to go see a lawyer who charges $200 an hour, who can afford 3/4 of your week's pay for 1 hour of a lawyer's time? So the need is overwhelming. The need is incredible.
The people in this community don't have the financial means for legal help. You got a legal problem now, you got to get a lawyer. The first thing that comes to mind is, hey, where I'm going to get that kind of money? They either have to borrow money from somebody, borrow money from their families to sell what they have. It's good for them to know that there is a place that they can get some legal help.
Christian Legal Clinic is like an excellent resource of information. The information that there is a way to do some of the things that you need done. Kind of like a library of, you have the right to do this. You have the privilege as a citizen to do this.
Oftentimes, legal services can be the difference between somebody being incarcerated and somebody not. Somebody losing their home or not. Being able to sit face to face with somebody who has completely different experiences than me and who I would never ordinarily meet otherwise. And being able to share on a personal level like that, being able to do something that changes their lives, that's pretty amazing. It reconnects me to the reasons that I want to become a lawyer in the first place.